Hello, everyone. Today we have Mr. Asif. Uh, he have a long list of achievements, but we are going to try to make it shorter. And of course, we have Alberto, our co-host. So,
Hey guys,
how is
happy
everyone doing
Monday.
tonight?
Doing great, thank you.
Good.
Thank you for taking the time to join us. And Alberto, thank you for waking up so early to make this thing happening.
Yeah.
Uh, Welcome to the exclusive live stream of xCloud, the next generation of WordPress server management system that allows you to deploy cloud servers and configure WordPress seamlessly. Without worrying about a single thing, it is powered by optimized Nginx architecture for highly available WordPress sites. Today, we have our co host Alberto, who is also a long-time hardcore WordPress fan. He dabbles with many advanced WordPress configurations for work and fun. And the hero of today's stream is Asif Rahman. Let me compress this achievement into a shorter form. As this is a long list of successful journeys, Asif Rahman is the founder of Aircom, WPDeveloper, and 25 pioneering companies. Winner of the Toy P 2022 award, founding president of JCI Dhaka, angel investors of Facebook, and more. See, I actually have to take a breath. He is also motivating other entrepreneurs for the better business ideas. Now, I would request Asif to tell the story behind this WordPress server management tool. What motivated this path of this creation? Who will get the most benefit out of this? And how can this change the dynamics in this space? Please go ahead, Mr. Asif.
Thank you, Robin, and thank Alberto. Actually, my career has been very long. If you think in this way, that's why probably the list actually goes on. I started WordPress in its very infancy. Actually, the first time I got to introduce in WordPress was in 2003, just after it came out, and I formed my company also in 2004. So it's been actually 20 years, and I have been focusing only on WordPress for the entire time. One of the main plus point I actually had in this entire time, not only just being a programmer, also I loved setting up website and doing different things. So the whole journey in 20 years, how we make website in WordPress changed from a lot of different ways. Like there was a time when WordPress.com was not there. There was a time when we could easily make a website with WordPress.com. Then WordPress.com also changed in a lot of different way. Now you could like host a lot of different things with WordPress.com, and the shared hosting, the kind of things that we see right now, like SiteGround or a lot of those shared hosting, they came to be in this place mainly after 2009, 10, and this period. And right now, the workflow that involves making a website, the like I have gone through a lot of those experience, but one of the core thing I never really liked, like when I have to share my resource with someone, I need to have the control. So I have been in a lot of like different kind of ecosystem. So there was a time when we were using like HMS and cPanel. Then there was a time when I was mainly into like Easy Engine and those kind of like control panel. But my main core feelings, the kind of like control and the experience I want to have in terms of live experience, I kind of like found there is a missing, like what kind of experience I want to have, how I want to make a website. And if I'm a technical guy, if I'm able to make even tweak with the server and use the VPS, one of the core challenges, if one of my friend who is not very technical, but he wants to like have a website and I have to actually give him access to something, it's pretty complicated still. Like if it's cPanel, then he will not have much control. If it's like a control panel that we have used before, then it's a different kind of story. So I have this philosophy, like how the future of WordPress hosting should be. And in this core philosophy, like I want to have like Git enabled. I want to have like caching and everything like built-in configured. So like normal user who are not probably a programmer, they could still use the ecosystem. So xCloud came to be from all those kind of thoughts. So back in 2009, I was using like spin up WP, run cloud, CloudWise, a lot of different one for different kind of situations. I started planning if I could actually redefine the whole experience, how a like cloud focused control panel should be. So that's how xCloud started. It took like 2 years of planning and going back and forth in UI, then 2.5 years more for like the core development. And now this is the time when we could actually share what we have created with almost like a long time, and also with all my 20 years of WordPress experience. So that's how xCloud came to be.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That's a remarkable story. 20 years of experience. This is not something you can take lightly. I started dabble with WordPress early 2002 or mid 2002, and it was still in early closed beta, and there was it was very very simple. I can still remember it till today. While we go to the next step of our stream, I want to give a shout out. Lioku is here. Thank you, Leo, for joining. I think you guys already know Lioku manages the WordPress Malaysia and organizer as well. It would be great if I could get Leo CF in, but I think he's busy or maybe he's out of home. So I actually texted him separately. So thank you for joining, Leo, and thanks for the story. Uh, I want to give the mic to Alberto because he got his thought process into this. So before we go into the show and tell part of this, I know everyone is waiting for the show and tell. I know, I really know. I know how it works, and there is nothing more than telling and showing that what Mr. Asif been working behind to simplify this process. As you can hear from his story, that he want to simplify this process to become more manageable for everyday users, to become more manageable for a system admin. So it's not easy to fill up and complete that gap in between. So Alberto, please go ahead.
Yeah, so Asif is part of the WP developer. So I already own the whole suite and I've been using them. I started with one product and then I decided to get all of them. And then I also use WP Manage Ninja stuff. So I have Fluent Forms, Fluent Support, a whole bunch of the Fluent products,
I
the
think you should
social
definitely
media.
give a shout out to Shahjahan Jewel, our
Yeah,
Jewel
yeah,
Bhai,
yeah.
for making this all happening.
Yes. And so I reached out to him and I said, "Hey, is there any chance we could do this?" And he put everything together. I'm like, wow, like these two big companies that have been around for such a long time came together, and this is what they came out with. It's like everything at its early stages, but it's very clean, simple, easy to figure out. Um, but yeah, I just saw WP Developer, and then I saw WP Manage Ninja all combining together to work on this, and I'm like, this is a tool that I really have to take a look at. So thanks. And then for both companies, anytime I've used them and reached out to support has been great. There is some time differences, but it almost seems like doesn't matter whenever I put a question in or whatever, I get an answer back. And then the same thing, I don't think Shahjahan ever sleeps because he's always on responding or posting or doing something. I'm like, man. Um, but yeah, so I'm excited to see and go through this. I know I played with it a little bit. So yeah, pass the mic back to you guys.
So I also want to ask it's kind of going out of the scope, but I still want to ask Mr. Asif, is it correct that I'm looking at WP Developer or Fluent, WP Manage Ninja, and few other companies? It feels to me like um, it is going to be something like Alphabet, or it's already been. Uh, is it some sort of setup in that way?
This is like a very interesting timing. WPDeveloper itself started as a a part of ARCom and focused on WordPress, and all of our WordPress ecosystem evolved. And Alberto is right; it jumped start from essential add-on, and from that point, we started building like related things that we felt like there is a need in WordPress, and we ourselves will use it ourselves. But then we also venture into SaaS as well. We are building like different kind of SaaS, from Shopify to a lot of different ecosystems. We have like Easy.jobs, recruitment SaaS, and now here comes xCloud. Though xCloud heavily started on focusing on WordPress, but you never know in future what will happen. In future, we could easily support more ecosystem, more platform, not only LAMP stake, but also MERN and other stake. So our internally WP developer with all its sub-brand is going to form a group. And very soon, within this month, we are actually organizing a large event that will actually work as a like umbrella of the entire core brand and everything that we own. And we invest in a lot of different companies, not only tech companies, also different kind of companies, child brand, like a art brand, and a lot of different things. So we want to like express ourselves in a way that actually goes on with all the things that we are doing. So this is interesting. I can't tell you a lot more right now about this. You will know when you know, but this is going to happen.
So my gut feel is kind of correct. Like it's coming under an umbrella of a larger entity, and there will be sub companies underneath.
Yeah.
So I actually got amazed that it was just tricking on my head that are they going into that direction, and it seems to be you are saying the right things on there. And so even he's the founder, he's very hands-on. So when we have a discussion in the backstage before we came live, we had some chit chat in between, and I get to know that he's as technical as you can be. So I will let him show a little bit of the back end of xCloud and how simple it is to manage things. So you can share the screen anytime. I will put it up here and you can go through the entire process.
Yeah, I have shared the screen.
Okay. Okay, we are.
Actually, like xCloud is so simple. So I know the demo, we have like more time for the demo, but it will not actually really took a longer time. So when you sign up in xCloud, there are like you could bring in your own server, and you could we have like built-in connection for Vultr, DigitalOcean. You could connect any other provider, or we have like xCloud managed. xCloud managed is currently powered by also Vultr, but we have their optimized machines, and you will be charged centrally. And when we are actually looking at like how this ecosystem works, I have already have one server that I will actually show how it works. So the platform, the way xCloud is like pretty unique, is actually very centralized. And to show you in more details, so this is how the server interface looks like. You could see how many sites you have. You could control the database. You could add more database. You could actually see the connections. You could configure like sudo users. You could add new user. We have like monitoring, so you could see the resources and server statistics, like all the basics data. We have logs also coming from the server. You could actually stream it, and you could see like error log and access log as well. Right now it will actually scroll down. We have all the events also coming on, like what you are doing and how the server is actually from, who is using. You have the capacity to configure your PHP, which version you want, and also with the basic settings, you could change the file size limit and execution limit and everything. In server management, there are like few things that you could reboot and control. You could delete or archive the server as well. In metadata, you could actually change the server name, few of the settings. and also like you could change the time zone and in the settings as well. Main thing is like in xCloud, for some of the people who are coming from a little bit more from like cloud management, a lot of things will actually seems familiar to them. And if you are coming from like cPanel or those kind of experience, then maybe you would be wondering like where is this and that. So our onboarding process will actually guide you through the whole journey. And if you look at like how let me just show you like some of the features, then we will actually build a website all live. So in the site settings, you have all the basic informations inside the site. You have the capacity to create an staging environment or going live. The site is in staging, so we could also go live from here as well. And you could configure your SSL. This SSL is managed by xCloud, as because we are using a temporary domain. If you are using, when you are using WordPress, you could see all the updates from here. So you could manage your update. You could activate or deactivate the plugins. The delete option is not there. This is because of security concern. We could bring in more control for the plugins, but we want to be a little bit more careful and like bring in the features after like a lot of tests. We also have like complete backup solution. So you could connect your own provider, those are the available provider. You could connect like DigitalOcean Spaces, Valtor, storage, and you just connect your storage, then you go back to the settings. It will come up here. Then you actually decide like if you want automatic backup daily, weekly, what's the time, if you want to exclude anything, if you want to include the database and everything else. So backup is a useful and handy tool, and this is something you are probably using like other plugins or something that you don't need anymore. And here you could also see this particular website, how many disk space it is using, the memory use, and all the other status in there. One cool feature is actually redirect. Like this is something that I always felt is missing. Like if you're using any control panel, generally you are not going to configure your like Nginx configuration. So we have this redirection. So you could actually do the server level redirections right from xCloud. Another like cool feature that a lot of the cloud control panel doesn't have, we have like built-in email setup. So we come up with a free solution where you could have like 100 emails for free to start with. Then you could actually like increase the package or buy more, or you could connect your own email provider as well. Right now, let me show you like how many we support. We support like Mailgun API, SendGrid, and other solution. If they have the SMTP, we could support that as well. So email is something a lot of people struggle, because if you do not set up email and you try to log into the website and forget the password or something, then you have no way to retrieve. Though we have something called magic login. So in xCloud, you will not need those though. And we also, you could see the entire WP config in here, and like tweak a little bit. I would highly like make you cautious about like changing anything and like how like complex that could be. You could also like configure your like SSH access and add more SSH key. If you want to handle like the database, you could actually launch adminer. I'm right now in a server where adminer is not configured. If I turn this on, then it will actually install adminer and give you access to the backend. We have tested adminer. We found like adminer is like light, and at the same time it works really well. And one of the special thing I really am very proud of in xCloud is actually our caching control. That is what I was actually talking to you guys about. Like this caching control is actually built in. Initially, when you make site, you decide with the default cache, and default cache start with like first CGI, Nginx cache, and also Redis object cache. So it's pre-configured, not only the plugin, also in server level. So we have added like special rules for this particular plugins and added it to the Nginx. You could also use like WP Rocket, WP Super Cache, or Total Cache. For all of those, we have like pre-configured configuration. So after you change anything, we will install the plugin. If it's available for free, then we actually make the configurations. For WP Rocket, you need to have it on ready on the site. And for the logs, you could see all the debug log you are storing, and you could also clear and delete those as well. And event is something like we also have interesting in a way. You could see the normal events, but if you are thinking about the cron and other things, we have this under settings. So you could use like WP cron, which is very unreliable for a new website. But if you're using like if this is a new site, you could use WP like xCloud corn as well, and you could select the rules like how fast you want your corn to run, because for many of the things, like if you're scheduling a post or something, and in WordPress, if the PHP is not running, if your site doesn't have like a lot of traffic, ultimately a lot of things could fail. But we handled it in a better way with xCloud corn. You could change the PHP version per site, whatever version you want to go. We have some like Nginx control that some people will need, like disable Nginx file regressions, like enable XML RPCs by default off, also disable like Xframe options, and you could turn on basic author and authentication if you do not want other people to use it when you are actually like working on those. And this is like a pretty straightforward features, like how we how all the settings for server and the site works. What I will do, I will actually go through, start creating a website. So the first time, if you have to actually connect with a server or launch a xCloud managed server, then you could actually start a website. So let's go on and try to create a website on the fly. So let's create a website, start from a new, and we could have actually make a live website, but let's try to go on a staging website. So we could get a like temporary domain, and let's name it xCloud live demo. And we are turning on all the full page caching. Also the Redis cache is on. We are also turning on the manage email, and there are like advanced control. Most of the time what I do is I update the plugin version, PHP version 8.2, and let's go to the next phase, and it will start creating the website. So by the time this thing running, we could actually talk about few of the other like common questions that we usually see. So people who are coming from like shared hosting background might think like, what's the difference between like connecting my own server or xCloud managed? So you could we have default connections and API connections with DigitalOcean, Vulture. You could also connect with GCP, Google Cloud. And if you have any other VPS, any other dedicated machines, if you just need the port open and root access, and you could connect that with xCloud. And this is up to you. And we also have like a managed solution. So we partnered up with Vulture, and we have picked like some of their best configured machines, and that we find like suitable for the normal user. So if you are a person who has like just two websites and it has like a basic user base, then maybe you could just get started with a like a $6 server. So the site is live, and we could see how the site looks like. Maybe I will need to actually go change the demo to see the site is live. Okay, I'm sharing this tab instead, so you could see the site is live. This is the site we have made, and let me go back to our original control panel. So we have something called Magic Login. If we click this, then we will actually go into the site we just created inside its dashboard. So let's click on that, share this, and we are going on. And so we are inside the site we just created. This is a default WordPress with some of the caching plugin and other things that we install to handle those things. And this is pretty basic. So like making and deploying a new WordPress website with xCloud is actually this easy. It is extremely straightforward. So for xCloud managed, when you are coming from you are coming from like a CloudOS or those kind of ecosystem where you do not have choice in terms of like what kind of provider you use. I wanted to have this freedom, so anybody could deploy in whatever ecosystem they want to. But if you are someone who do not want to take the hassle of configuring your cloud account and going through all of those, then you have the choice of like using our own ecosystem as well, using like xCloud managed. So this is the brief overview. I would like to show you a little bit about how our team setting works. You could add like people in your team. So let me show you like how the team feature works. So from team settings, I came from team and then click on the team. I could add a new team member, and here I could actually give in the team member access to all my server or specific to my server. And if I want to add someone as just for a particular website, I could also do that. I could add his email and access to one site or any specific site. Like this is the site we just created, so we could actually give access to someone only to that specific site. We could control like how much access they will have. I think like this is pretty neat the way we have configured the team portion. So if you are someone who makes website for other people, you could actually give your each and every customer access to only his site or his server. So this is something I think like very essential in terms of if you want to manage website for your client as well. And when you sign up and go to xCloud for the first time, here in this place you will find a try playground button. This playground will let you actually spin up a website without actually like launching a server or something. This will be a temporary site for 24 hours, and ultimately you can just try out and experience like how xCloud works. So this is pretty basic and the basic show. And I think like we could take like some of the questions, or even Rabin or Alberto, if you have questions, I could actually show you a few things.
Yeah, actually, I don't have questions. Actually, I wanted to show a few more things from my side, because in my initial exploration, I was it was taken by surprise, because for me it was like traditional cPanel, then what was the name? So all these Linux open source server panels, which are super complicated, first to deploy, second to configure the server to use them, and this will not work with that. And that is like an entire story that you spend weeks after weeks just to configure this panel for it. So I will just address few things that I think you should tell, because I was amazed by the feature that you use the xCloud uses the token from Cloudflare to configure the domain automatically. This was absolute pleasure to work with, because all my domains are in Cloudflare, and once I provided the API token, and it just configured it for me. So I don't have to access the dashboard, provide a 2FA to get in and configure the domain name and paste the IP address and blah, blah, blah. All these things, like less than few seconds. So I think these are some of the key highlights that how it can simplify the life of a day-to-day admins, and they can just deploy server like this. I have seen some question that I will also address and try to answer. And Leo actually have a huge question that I have to tell it separately, because the list of questions is very long. So we will go into that. Before going into that, share your comments and thoughts, questions, and whatever not, and then we will highlight it afterwards. And we have a very exclusive giveaway. Thank you, Asif, for being generous to give us these 3 giveaways. And therefore, to enter this giveaway, you guys need to fill up a form. I will share the link. So I am not going to paste it on the comments because it's not possible for me. I'm on the studio backend. So what you guys need to do, go and fill up this form, and then we will select the 3 people from there. So one of them has $599 equivalent price. Another one is $299, if I'm not mistaken, and another one is $99 equivalent. So thank you so much to give us the live audience this option. Now, give a little bit of self-marketing, shameless marketing. So if you are here and if you think we are doing a great job, do subscribe and follow and like, and that helps us to bring in better, more honest, more direct approach reviews and live shows. Thank you so much for attending. I know you guys have different time zones, and some of you actually taken the time to join our show. We have fantastic questions, but before we go into that, I also wanted to share my screen because there, or should I not? I'm not sure because there are quite a lot of things. So the email part, which I forgot to mention, the email part actually can use SMTP, even Gmail with Gmail apps. What I mean by that is you can use the app passwords, if I'm not mistaken, Gmail app passwords.
Yeah, I
Okay,
like the
there's a
fact
lot.
that Cloudflare is, on the top. So when as you add other domains and stuff or other subdomains and things like that, it's easily captured. I think that's
Mhm.
an issue with some of the other server management pieces. But it's also nice and simple. I know it's early on, and I know you guys are working on security and other things. And I know our conversations prior, you guys are almost there, but you guys just want to double check and make sure everything is really good with those extra features like file management and things like that. So I'm excited to see where this evolves to. Um, and
So
and
whoever is commenting this, and I can see your face, so I cannot address you. If you want to show your name, either follow the link I have posted before to give the permission, or you can go to YouTube and comment. Okay, sorry, I disrupted you,
I don't know.
Alberto.
I was just while you were looking for that, trying to fill in some comments. And I know you said the hosting that you had was set up for New Jersey, and you were amazed by the speed of all the way from where you are in Malaysia, how
Yes.
everything was performing and all that things. I
So
think that's what
so
you're trying to show us
before we
now,
go
right?
into that, I want to tell a small story. So until today, I have changed over 28 hosting company. So why did I do that? It's not for fun. Every time you want to transfer your website, it's a hassle. You have to go through tremendous amount of detailed work to migrate them to a new server. Yes, once cPanel came in, you can export from cPanel and bring them in, but it's still is a pain. So why did I do that? Because most hosting providers, they will fail because most of the time they will lie right to your face, which is that, okay, unlimited website for $5 a month. It doesn't actually work that way. So if you have a website that has a concurrent user of 10 people hitting your website will go down in any shared hosting in less than 10 minutes. They will block your site. Why? Because your site is popular. So what I did, the first thing that I did, so I'm running a small server, which is one GB RAM, one virtual CPU, 32 GB NVMe drive, and it's located in New Jersey. So New Jersey ping is actually farther from me, from Kuala Lumpur. So if I ping, it will have much more delay than Los Angeles or Texas. So having said that, what I did a load testing. So it's a ramp load testing, means it goes in 30 seconds up to 500 people. Then from there, we'll drop down to 470, and then it will slowly come back. So what it does, it simulates real user hitting your website continuously. So almost all other server panels that I've tested and servers I have tested, they fail ridiculously. I have seen a few other panels with unoptimized Nginx. What happened that when I ran this, 92% failure rate. And today, when I did my initial testing without configuring anything, just as it is, just how Mr. Asif shown it to the screen with that setup, then I installed Cadence theme, created a new page, make it as a home page, no optimization whatsoever, then ran it through the load testing, and there was zero downtime, zero delay. The maximum delay for the 500 requests concurrent was 1.41 second, which is nothing. So I have seen sites that if I run the load test, it will take a delay up to 19 seconds. So 19 seconds is a delay. Let me not babble about this so much, but you can see that where I am coming from. It is performance point of view. And okay, so we go ahead and surface some questions. Sorry I took up so much time. So my friend Jean asked that, can you limit resources for a specific site like storage, RAM, etc.?
Let me answer. So right now, every site is isolated in jail shell. So one resources that someone is using is actually specific to it. But in terms of RAM and storage, that will not be isolated. It's about the file resources and the configurations. So we still do not have ways to limit the storage and RAM for a particular website, but all the files and everything is under jail shell. So not right now. Maybe in future we'll look into it if it's possible to allocate RAM. Right now, the only thing you could do, you could actually in PHP, you could assign how much RAM you want to allocate for the site. That will work. But for storage, it will be actually shared among the VPS you have.
Okay, so this one I want to also address this. In my limited knowledge, what I can think of, if you want to split physical storage and RAM, you need to have a virtualization system inside, which is basically you are putting KVM on top of KVM.
Yeah.
That's my basic understanding. I could be wrong, but yeah.
Yeah, that's it. The only thing that we are actually bringing very soon is right now you could change the PHP settings a little bit, but we will bring like more settings in PHP that will be more logical. So I think that will ask the, and so taking the next question, Asif Rain, there are already some solid competitor in this space. What will make your product more appealing? I think our focus in WordPress and our experience that we have gathered for past 2 decades in WordPress, and we are a solid, good team. We have a solid engineering team. You could see like when you are saying we have solid competitor, those competitors are working in this space for 5 to 10 years. But I could tell you, like, you could go in xCloud right now and try our features. You will feel like most of the things are already actually a lot better in terms of what others have. But obviously, you can't start with everything. So you have to focus. So we have focused on WordPress. We have focused on making a default website as fast as possible, as safely as possible. So I think like our WordPress focus and commitment to like keep growing will actually make us different already.
Okay, let me highlight the next one. So I think this is a very common question. You can hit.
Right now, you could not, but we are actually working on it. We will actually bring Google Drive as a backup solution very well. One thing I have to note, like right now, the backup, you could decide like the rotation and the increment and other thing, but the backup is not like real incremental backup. So that means like if you decide you want to create a backup in every single day, then in the next day, it will have the entire backup. So it could be a little bit like too much for the storage. So we want to actually bring in like incremental backup first, then bring in like Google Drive and Dropbox also in future. So this is in our timeline. Like we will actually bring in future. Valtor Young, he's asking like what types of server we could connect. Should we need to try to connect only from the provider? No, you could actually connect with any VPS. It doesn't have to be even KVM VPS. It just need to have the port open and you have to have a root account. So I have already deployed in dedicated server as well. It doesn't need to be like even VPS. You could connect to anything. Just need to have like root access.
Okay. Yes, it is actually built on Nginx.
Yeah, it's based on Nginx. Right now, Nginx is the only platform we support. In future, we see a lot of question about like open light speed. We will actually work on it, like how we could support open light speed in future as well. Right now is MySQL. I think we will actually support MariaDB pretty soon as well. We could surely support MariaDB, maybe in next quarter.
I think this one you have already shown it.
Yeah. It's just a single click, and you could turn on live or staging site very easily, and you could copy clone. So if you have a website, you want to make another staging, you could just clone it. So, and we already have the staging domain and everything in place already. Yes, the SSL are free. We handle the SSS. If you have your paid SSL, you could also configure the SSL as well. You have to upload the certificate file and the usual process. There is nothing like fancy or complicated. You could use any SSL as well. And if you're using like Cloudflare, we will handle that entirely. Domain, subdomain, anything. Once you spin up a server but want to upgrade its specs, let's say 1 gigabyte to 2 gigabyte is easy within xCloud. So it happens in few ways. So if you connected with like DigitalOcean or Valtor using our API, then if they have those options easily for upgrade, we will actually be able to upgrade your server. If you're using xCloud managed, then we would give you the access to that as well. But if in any case you are in Contabo or some other VPS provider who doesn't have like default API configuration with us, in that case, what you could do, you could actually just migrate the whole server to the new one. And migrating is when you have a like xCloud server or any server that runs on that we have root access and runs on Nginx. That migration is extremely fast, and we'll actually migrate the entire server with all the website. So it's pretty easy in case you are using anything that we do not support with API already. So it will be like a breeze if you are migrating to 1 gigabyte or 2 gigabyte. And one very important pointer I want to give to everyone. So think about a timeline of a website, how the business grows. If you are making a website and you have like 5 websites in a 2 gigabyte server, and one of the website got very popular, and you probably want to give it more space, more resources. What you could do, you could actually just offload the database. We have the support for Cloud SQL, or even also the DigitalOcean and even Vultr as well. So you could just upload the database, and the database will be isolated already. And in future, we will bring in more auto scaling as well. So if you are getting like a spike of traffic in one particular website, you will be able to scale it as well in future. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you for the detail. Okay. So this one is, can you share more details about server or site security?
Yeah, this is something I think like we have not mentioned a lot, that what is actually under the hood. So all the basic security features you might want to have in a server, like if you are someone who's just looking at different tutorials and trying to set up a server by yourself, or you are using like a fancy tool or something, all the basic server securities you could think of, like mod security. You want to actually like turn off all the port. You want to like fail to ban setup and everything. All those things are already in place in any server that you spin up with xCloud. So all the basic security features are already there. We are working right now to have the 7G, 8G, those kind of like security features in future as well. And it will be deployed to all of your machines, and you will have the choice to turn on and off. Thank you. If we want to increase our server limit in future, how would you charge? So as an example, maybe you have a 15 server package right now that you purchase from the LTD, and you want to used up all the 15 server, you want to add another one. Currently, the way it works, when you add another server, if you have the card in your file, it will charge in the next month for per server. What we plan to do, like we plan to give like some discount for all of our LTD users to add more servers. So it doesn't matter like which package you are in. If you need more server, you will be getting like a very good price. But keep in mind, after the end of the LTD, everything you purchase, it will be always per month. There are a lot of questions that how the price is this way, why you do not offer like unlimited server or something. It's all because we want to have a sustainable ecosystem, sustainable company with a trajectory that could lead us to maintain and grow this company indefinitely. So I do not want to commit anything and do anything that will actually put this company and the team in danger. That's why we will never support unlimited server. And LTD is kind of like our ambassador, the people who are backing us at the beginning. So they will have the options to get like server in cheaper price, but obviously it will be after the LTD, it will be always per month.
Okay, so Lyoko have a long set of questions. So let me highlight the first one. Any plans for multi-tenancy?
He will actually have to explain a little bit about what he understands about multi-tenancy. It could mean a lot of different things, but yes, we have plan for general multi-tenancy, and this will be part of our auto scaling and other things as well.
So number two is, how about allowing us to sign up users like how hosting companies do it?
We have a solid plan for white level. So in future, because in team feature, you could already connect people like invite your team or even client to give them access to a specific server or a specific site. But with the white level feature, you will be able to create a white level solutions where you could charge your client, where you could give them access, and you could limit like how much access they have. So maybe that will actually give you more control.
The third question is, any plans to do more than just WordPress?
Yes, actually, you could deploy anything that's based on PHP, works with Nginx, and use MySQL right now with Git. I'm running like few of my applications in xCloud, which was in Git and not WordPress. But in future, after like wrapping up with few of the things that I want to have in WordPress, then maybe we'll open up the door to have like at the beginning it will be more LAMP stack and few of the like auto configurable applications. Then from LAMP, we'll probably go more into like MERN stack or other things. So yes, we have this plan. That's why the name is xCloud. It will support a lot of different things. It will give you freedom to deploy anything, but one thing at a time. And right now, the focus is WordPress. Thank you.
Thank you. Would you consider doing something like manage WP remote, whereby we can do backup snapshot, update snapshot, before giving us a comparison between the snapshot?
I do not want to go into direct comparison, but yes, we have this capacity based on WP CLI. So you could already update your plugin, activate it. In future, you will be able to do more control on the plugin part and theme part. And some of the control we want to bring using WP CLI more in the future. And the backup, yes, we want to actually work more on the backup in terms of the snapshot. You could already take the snapshot in terms of like incremental backup, have more storage connections and those things. But I think we will actually focus on that after working more on the migration plugin, because I see after the launch, we have like hundreds of servers spinning up. Thousands of websites are being launched in xCloud already, just in these few days. And a lot of people, we did not expect it, a lot will actually use our plugin. Actually, our full server migration works very well if you're coming out from any other like control panel. But I see a lot of people are migrating from a lot of different kind of control panel, and they're using the plugin. So we'll focus on the plugin more for next few iterations and development. Thank you.
All right. Okay. So he also have another question.
Yes.
Number 4, can we transfer a site or a server to a client and get them to sign up with xCloud?
Not right now, not in this way. What you could do, you could actually like either clone the site and have the server in your account, they clone the site to the server, and ask the support team, they will actually transfer the server to your client's account. That's how you could do it right now. In future, maybe we will actually create a way that you could request to transfer a site or server. And another thing is when the white label comes, I think we will be able to like curate more of the things. We have another question I could see. Azim Sheikh, is xCloud support Open Light Speed? Not right now. Cyber panel, I benefited using xCloud. I know a lot of people really like Open Light Speed. I see the user base is growing. We do not support Open Light Speed right now. We have planned, but it will not happen obviously within a month or like that soon. It will take a little bit more time because we are more dependent on Nginx. So we might support Open Light Speed. What I would suggest, if you could just have an open mind, try to migrate one of your Open Light Speed site and clone it under like a staging domain here in xCloud. Let us configure the caching by default and see like how it compares, because the main thing I'm very proud of, the default site that we create with xCloud with all the cachings and settings is extremely fast. So just give it a try. Other than that, like you have to wait a little bit to support Open Light Speed. We can't do like everything all together.
I want to add something, because when he said, so I have a lot of sites deployed in Lightspeed Enterprise with cPanel, CageFS, and Cloud Linux. I am quite dependent on that system. Reason being, when I put them on the load test, yes, they go up to 8 second, 9 second, 10 second, but not 18 second in the maximum load. So when I did the Nginx test, it was 1.41 second. It's a huge difference for me, because in server load testing, even microsecond differs. So for me, 1.41 second maximum is a great number. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pick up a challenge, because my website is 8 GB, is nearly 18 years old, WordPress installation. So I'm going to take this risk. So what I will do, I will just keep the Lightspeed cPanel wherever it is and migrate all the files there, and I will switch the IP to this one, because I have a strong feeling that this will change the way I manage things, because I can already see that I can actually remove few of the plugins that I don't need anymore. One very easy one is to remove backup plugins, and because they put stress on the server in physical way.
From PHP level, right?
Yes. And so I'm going to take up this challenge. I need a little bit more time because I have few other things to do, but I'm open to do this, because I already told you I have changed 28 over hosting. So I am willing to do these kind of things. So Leo have another great question. I also had this behind my head, but he already surfaced it. Yeah.
Do we get a central system whereby we will know which server has high load? Right now, the way it works, you could actually list all your server and see the basic configurations. This is not a bad idea. That right now you could see the storage and RAM. So in the all server list. So in future, maybe we could add like a few of the more monitoring data and see how each server in one single panel. But just to let you know, we have a very elaborated like notification system. If any of the server and site actually gets high load in terms of like more CPU use or storage, you do not have enough storage, then you will get notification as well. There's another question I could see. Can you transfer a server to someone xCloud account and a client wants to move away from? Yes, I actually already answered it. Just actually let the support know. We will able to migrate one server from one user account to another user account, and they could always actually migrate the site. Are there any API connection limit? If there is none, can we connect a number of provider? There is no limit. You could connect any number of providers. In my test account, I'm using all my personal Valtor DigitalOcean account, my company digital account, DigitalOcean account, and a lot of those. So there is no limit how many connections you could have.
You can see from his questions that he actually owns an agency and he's in this business. And his question is very particularly in that way. And that is telling. Umar is also, he runs another group called Early Bird, and they have been great guys. And he is asking, this looks great. I have heard there is no ops or if is it in the works or will be just available for engineers?
Thank you, Omar. Thanks for joining and asking these questions. We have no plan to support Apache in 2024, and but OPS, I see a lot of people, even our Bean brother and also you like OPS. So we'll actually take a very serious look how we could actually bring in OPS support. But right now, it's actually just engineers and. It works very well. So just try it out, and in future we will actually look more into what more we could support.
Thank you. So Tony have a very good question. Limits on servers, but unlimited sites on the LED. Technically, I can upgrade my $5 server to say $500 server to get more sites, right?
Yeah, you could it's your server, your control panel. You could do whatever you want. We have no control on how many sites you want to run on anything. You could run unlimited site.
Wow,
We don't
somebody
put any
already
limit.
fan. So Jingyu is from Korea. So he says that xCloud is
Yeah, I know him personally, and he's a very good guy.
Yeah,
Thank
he's
you.
a very nice guy. He always attends our stream and always been attentive.
He's very passionate. He's very passionate.
I think this one, not sure whether this applies to the product or not, but
not right now. Is because you see we have you could bring in your own hosting or we could actually host you. So CDN is works in on different levels. So right now what you could do, you could actually use the CDN that's provided by Cloudflare because we have Cloudflare default configuration. So you could use that. But for other CDN, I think the most of the CDN have a WordPress plugin. So you could use in that way. In future, after getting done with all the things we have in roadmap currently that are more pressing, we'll look into it, how we could actually redefine and give people more choice in terms of the CDN. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm making Alberto bored. Bro, I know you have some solid questions. Please throw it to him.
Oh no, I was looking at the questions here and trying to highlight them. I see you're highlighting it too. Sometimes I click on the star and then it disappears.
Okay. You
So
had some questions, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, so is there a way to do load balancing if you have multiple servers?
Not right now, but this is the main thing I want to do with xCloud. So in future, you will have a way to auto scale and have the kind of configurations, have a load balancer on top, multiple node in database, have multiple stakes in the web instance. We'll have those very soon, and this is something we want to bring. So you will be able to click one site and put it under load balancer. So we do not have right now. We want to do it in future.
That's awesome. Do you guys have a ETA? Like, is it this quarter, next quarter, or is it still ways
I
away?
think it will be after like second quarter.
Okay. The
Yeah,
other thing
like
is, oh no, go ahead.
the thing is like we had like a features in mind, like what we want to have at the beginning. Then we have to prioritize what we will actually develop in the phase 1, phase 2. So we like took extra 1 year to fine tune and bring in few more features, like the backup control, the caching control, the email, and those things actually came after. Then after the release, we see how people are using it, and it's like extremely a lot of feedback. A lot of people are jumping into it, and we are getting like tons of feedback, and a lot of the priorities are based on like how people are using the platform and what kind of like questions they are having. So we'll probably, based on the feedback, we'll actually bring twist some of our roadmap and bring in those features even faster.
And then
uh,
any things about integrating with InstaWP? Because I know InstaWP is starting to integrate with
yeah.
a lot of hosting.
Yeah. I actually already got in touch with Vikash. He sent me an email how we could actually connect our both platform. So I think that's a solid possibility. I just
Nice.
actually got this email today. So he's also a very good friend. We met like 4 or 5 times already. I admire him, how he's developing the product. So I want to give people this feedback and the freedom
Yeah.
to actually test out InstaWP and bring in their site when they're ready to go live. So I think
Yeah.
this is a solid possibility.
And he's great.
Right.
Every time I reach out to him, he jumps in, and even when his support can't figure it out, he jumps in and helps me out. He's a great guy.
I could see a question by Jaideep. No, man, it's your site, your hosting. There is no restrictions what you could use. We do not control any of those things. So you could use as many sites, you could use whatever plugin you use. But if it gets hacked, don't blame us. Like it's you who put the plugin or had the control.
Oh, tough
Uh,
question there.
Another questions. Can you consider discount on WPDeveloper product if you use xCloud? There are many good plugins. The thing is, like, our whole ecosystem is very connected, as Alberto and Rabin Bhai already said. Like, we have tons of product. We bring in all those product under our agency bundle, but this hosting thing is pretty different. But we want to actually connect it more. So if you are thinking other way around, like xCloud user are deploy using our plugin and product, I think there will be solid discount. There will be more integrated process how we could actually use some of our product with xCloud in future, not right now. But right now, just reach out to support and mention like what product you are using before and what you want to use. We'll always honor your request. We literally love the people who relied us for years and still using our product and giving us feedback. So you are welcome. Just reach out to us in support. Will there be future add-on, and are they going to be part of LTD? The thing is, like, we do not want to segregate things into add-ons and in this way. Just understand in this way, like if there is something that depends on storage or something, if is like more backup solutions, if there is like hosted backup, those will be add-on because we'll be spending money to keep up your backups on other things. But in terms of the features, I do not want to separate things in the something is part of that package, something in part of that package. You see, like none of our packages have any difference at all. So we do not have any plan to put things in different plans. We will build the product as all of us together in terms of like what we could bring in for the hosting platform. So you will not be left out.
Thank you. So this is one of the realistic answer, and I really appreciate that to give it right in front of everybody, because when it is matter of storage, CPU, and bandwidth, there is cost involved, and that cannot be included in the LTDs. But feature wise, if you can go and look at the feature set, it's all is mainly the difference is mainly the number of seats or
Yeah,
number
number
of
of
servers.
servers.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
And
seen somebody ask like if there is a limit of how many team members you could have. No, there is no limit. You could add as many team members you want.
oh,
Yeah. how many person you have in the team. Right now in our team, so xCloud itself is a pretty large team. We have 7 engineers. We have like a good support team, and also xCloud is also inside WPDeveloper. So they are using all of our marketing, content, design, testing, and all the resource. And when it comes about support, xCloud has dedicated support team, but we are join forcing our entire like WP developer support team and also managing the support team. So all of us together is providing the support. So if it goes to WordPress layer, we have like expertise from WordPress team. If it goes to like server layer, we have the people who are actually developing the xCloud and everything. So we have like pretty solid team, and we plan to grow it more as we actually gain more user base and other things.
Thank you. Thank you. So I wanted to quickly show a part of my screen. I have seen in some point that you can go live. I think from the previous screen, there's a clone and git repository. Migrate a full server. You can manually upload the or migrate an existing site. So when installing a new site, I think on the next step, you can I go to next.
You probably have to mention like a domain or something.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so in the next step is basically there is an option to run the WP CLI. So why I wanted to mention this, because when you set it up, you can pre-install all your favorite plugins in the latest version when deploying the server. So
yeah, I have got this question about people ask me about the blueprint, like if you could have preset of things. Then I have showed an example how in pre-configuration script you could run like maybe you want to have like 10 plugins, one particular theme, all activated. You could actually do that in right now in these conditions in WP-CLI pre-command. And in future, also like right now, what else you could do? You could build one website and keep it in under any server, and whenever you need to actually use that as a blueprint, just clone it. Just click on the site in the 3 dot, and you could actually use it as a like blueprint and deploy it in any server or anywhere. David Moore has a question: do you have development and update with Git? Yeah, it works with Git flawlessly, and you could actually merge it. You could actually receive the webhook in Git, and if you change anything in Git, it will actually come to live in the site as well. We have another question: can we automatically have a temporary domain when we first launch a site if we don't want to? Yeah, obviously that is the default options. You could always launch a site with a temporary domain, and in future, like what I want to do, I want to give people choice of the temporary domain as well. Like right now we're doing one very small domain. We will actually give you choice to few more domain, and we will actually let you decide some of the what you want as the subdomain of the temporary site as well. So you could show it to your client as well before going to live. Any plans to have an APM tool like Kinista? Not right yet, but let us know how you use it and how it's actually make more sense for our user. We will actually add it in the roadmap. Thank you, man. I think Oliver's lead is open. Would you consider integrating the free version of Patch Step? Actually, that is one of the secret thing I want to do. So right now we are actually monitoring the plugin and if there is a vulnerability, and we have the infrastructure in place. So pretty soon you will actually start getting emails if any of your site has any of the plugin that is vulnerable. You will get an email, and either you could actually revert it yourself, or we will actually give us control. So we will actually do it on your behalf. So those security feature is coming. Another question: can you provide details on level of support you provide? This seems to be a very big difference. This is the thing. Like we know, like we are a panel provider, so you could bring in your own host, and some of the things we do not have control, like what you put on your website. But our plan is to actually curate and help people who has no experience in managing website, no experience in server, still we will actually help him and help them even in WordPress level as well, because we are expert in WordPress. We have so much expertise in WordPress, so we'll help in some of those. And in terms of like, if you have any problem with the like cloud provider, we'll actually guide you how to get it resolved. So we have full plan to provide like all kind of support you might need. But if you put something in a website and you get hacked or something, we'll point it out, but you'll have to actually figure it out and clean, like if you are putting a like GPL plugins or something.
Yeah, makes sense. That one makes sense because it's a man-hour things.
Yep.
So
Yep.
all this troubleshooting, extended troubleshooting. Okay, the next one is, okay, we are running out of time. We have a lot of questions. It's actually nearly 60 questions now. Can a user
Okay,
remove an
let's try to
existing
answer like one by one. Okay,
Yeah.
can user remove an existing link or WPS and replace it with another on a server? If so, when I'm asking the site is free, so you could disconnect the server as well, but the website has to be hosted somewhere. So if the user want, they could actually migrate it, but if you want, you could disconnect with the server. You will not get the monitoring part, but the website will be still hosted and still keep working, just not the update and other things.
Thank you. So guys, if you haven't noticed, I have already put in the form link for last 10 minutes, roughly around 10 minutes. So don't forget to fill up the form, because the less number of people there will be, the more chances they will have to win. They will have more chances to win. So you better put in your name before it's gone. So I will remove the link pretty soon, and I'm not going to post it in the comments. The reason being, I want to see how attentive people are, and this is one way of bringing up engagement as well. So quick next question is it possible to integrate with SaaS platform?
Like currently, I'm even managing few of my SaaS in xCloud, because those are like PHP based with MySQL, so and based on Git. So it is very possible. In future, we will actually support more platforms, more stake as well.
Thank you. Oh, hi Pinet. He's running SaaSzilla and SaaSzilla.co. He's also a friend, even though I haven't met him. I know he's in China. He said, the comment is long, so let me read it out. The deal is coming from a great WP team, Jewel from WP Ninja, and of course, WPDeveloper. They have really nice business model because they have hosting plans and they have big database of customers. I wish they would add Lightspeed because this looks like a winner to me. Best of luck. And he added, yeah, I'm sure he would totally love it. Thank you for joining, man.
Thank you for joining. And literally, I'm taking your suggestion, bringing open light speed, and we will actually see how fast we could actually bring in. Yes, there is an uptime monitoring built in. There is also auto healing built in. So if anything goes in your website, you will get the email notification instantly, and we'll try to bring in online using our auto healing features as well. If not, you will know like what's happening. Why is database backup is so late? Database backup is already in there. Database, you could already back up your database.
Yeah.
I have just shown you the backup settings. The database backup is already there. I'm not sure like if you are confused with something. Actually, we will bring in like more storage support, like Google Drive or those in later on the roadmap. So otherwise, database backup is already there. You could keep the backup in Google Storage or DigitalOcean Spaces or Vultr block storage as well.
Actually, I forgot to mention. So the backup storage connector is not only for DigitalOcean and Vultr. Actually, all S3 compatible, like Backblaze, is a very cheap and solid.
Yeah.
I haven't tested Wasabi yet, but I'm going to test Wasabi as well. These are cheap but very reliable services, been there for last 20 years or more. So you can make use of them.
S3 compatible, you could use it.
Yeah, I use Backblaze for my sites and it works tremendously. Like I never had a fail. or even large sites?
Yeah.
I think this one is very easy to answer.
You could use like as many subdomain or whatever you want to use. If you are not managing the domain with Cloudflare, then you have to configure the a name by yourself, or you could just use Cloudflare. It will be like automatically handled for you.
Yes, that part is beautiful. I was like speechless. Okay, they taken care of this for me. Okay, Brad, do you think it will offer a support add-on to do proactive monitoring and downtime resolution? Sorry.
No, we do not have a plan to have like more active support and paid for it. What I want to do, I want to invest more in auto healing. I want to improve that kind of AI and other things we are developing to monitor the server and like fix the common problems, because right now it's not difficult like 4 or 5 years ago. So I do not want to actually make it like a other paid things. What we will bring probably in future is ability to auto scale and have the load balancing and like more complicated structures. So those will come, those will have probably different cost if you are using more server or load balancer is an add-on cost. But I do not look forward to like charge for support right now. We do not have any plan right now.
Okay. Okay, so this one also, I think he asked the same question from YouTube also. Can we have multiple remote backup storage locations for redundancy?
Not right now. Right now, these settings works only like one particular location and destination for the backup. If we see enough people is asking, we could surely do it. I will keep it in mind.
Okay, fantastic. So these are most of the questions we have covered. We might have missed one or two because there is a lot of comments. And let me check if I have missed anything.
I think I noticed one question when someone asked about like if we have Indian server or something. We actually have almost worldwide availability. As our provider is Valtor, and we are picking like their most stable and most well-tested machine. So Valtor has a server in India, so we also have like server availability in India as well. There's almost like 57 server locations available for xCloud managed, or you could connect to any local site. Like I'm managing one of the largest news magazine in Bangladesh. I have posted that site locally in Bangladesh under PDIX, and that is a very large site and is still managed by xCloud. The whole site was about like over 300 gigabyte or more, but it is still managed by xCloud. What I'm not sure like what you mean
I
by
think
server network monitoring. Is it like ping and data transfer and other things? We do not have that data yet in the monitoring, but we could bring it as well. I know like I like to see the spike of the
right.
use and other things. Yeah, we could easily bring it.
Okay, the last one is I think this one you have already answered.
Yeah.
If I'm not
This thing
mistaken.
is coming. Yeah, this thing is coming. This is the next in list in terms of backup. Bringing incremental backup, then go into Google Drive and all those things. I want to bring in incremental first.
Okay, cool. So I don't see any more questions. So I have already shared this form link. So make sure you guys have filled up the form. And yeah, some of the commenters, I cannot see your photo because you're from Facebook and you need to give permission, which I have shared before. Let me share it one more time. Is basically this link to show your comment avatar. So thank you so much for being so patient and thank you for going through all
Let me
the
share it
details
one.
for this. Alberto, you said something, is it?
Oh yeah. So I saw there's gonna have add-ons that are paid add-ons for xCloud. Do you know what those are? Do you guys have something in mind?
We do not have any add-ons or those things in mind right now.
Okay.
What I meant is we will actually want to develop the whole platform as it is. If there are like more backup, like hosted backup or those kind of things that we have to use our own resource, that will have extra cost per month. Other than that, the feature will not be locked. All the features will be developed as a whole. So it will not have any difference.
Nice.
Okay. Because some other people are selling to get better insights. Now you have to pay more money. To get
No.
white labeling, you have to pay more money.
I
Things like
know,
that.
and some of the things are in some ways a little bit hard in terms of like keeping up with the promise and other thing. But I do not want to go into this place after like 20 years in business where people could actually question about if they are getting a justified like response after supporting in the very early phase. I do not want to be in that place. So
Okay.
even the white level things, like I know it doesn't make sense for someone purchase like two server package and using the white level, because when white level comes it will be priced differently. All other user beside LTD, it will have like extra cost, but for LTD users they will get access to the white level. But that's what it
Nice.
is. I do not want to restrict people.
Yeah, nice. I like that.
Yeah. So I have used other popular LTD server panels. So I been using more than 1 or 2 year, nearly 2 year, right, Alberto? Yeah, I'm not
Yes.
going to mention the name, but most of you know the name already. So what I have hit things that most of the time is stable, but I couldn't make it work well with Open Lightspeed or Nginx. The only solid one that works is Apache, which I don't want to use. Either way, it has many other problems like file permission issues in file manager and default deployment of WP. And that hasn't been solved more than a year now. That is my thoughts. And yeah, your thoughts can be different than me, but everyone can have the opinion.
I get very skeptic about like bringing something without like proper testing and doing like the proper security analysis. Like the file browser, we already have it working in the beta and in our development environment, but we are very skeptic about like seeing how we could actually bring it, how it might affect some of the users. So we want to be very careful about what we do, how we actually help user, because I do not want to build this platform in a way when it's actually suitable for like advanced level user, but very complicated for the normal one, or advanced user, they want more control, but xCloud doesn't have it. So I want to have a proper balance, and some of the features will be always under advanced, so you could just go and tweak it. And if you are not familiar with it, you don't need to touch anything. Just click 3-4 button, your website will be live. You do not need
Yep.
to know the nitty-gritty details about what we do with the Nginx and other things. And that,
So
yeah,
I will
this is
quickly
something
go
probably
through.
we like, but yeah, you do not need to do.
Yeah, I'll just go through quickly for this. Probably Mr. Asif can explain a little bit more or tell the story of how long this will be there. Is the pricing page?
So the thing is like xCloud, as you have choice using your own server or using our managed. So coming up with an LTD, we had to really think about the user and what kind of user experience they have. So the way we have designed, we do not want to design it a way that is not justified for the people. At the same time, we do not want to make the company unsustainable. So our lifetime deal is very well planned in terms of like how much resource and other things are people are getting. So we have like 4 packages right now. You could see in the website, the link is already in the screen. And we will actually bring a split payment option probably by next few hours, or highest maybe 12 hours. So we have got some requests that some people, we have very limited availability of our growth package, Supreme package, where you could use 250 servers if you're a large agency. That's probably your lifetime opportunity to have this and never pay for like control panel ever in your life. So those are the things that could probably help a lot of people. Like I even have some of my like friends who I have not told them about the xCloud, or some of our employees who could host their website for free, but they probably still have some of their friends that they want to help. They even like purchased different packages because they really think like this is something that they like to own and would be able to explore for rest of their life. So this will run for maybe 4 more days. That's it. Then we are not bringing the LTD after this time period. So it will end very soon.
Thank you for explaining. So let me just show. I will zoom up the screen because sometimes it's very difficult to see. So so the growth package have 15 servers limit. Okay. Zooming it didn't help that much. Entry package.
I think at the end of the pricing, they will be able to see the pricing more detail in the bottom.
Oh yeah, true. Let me go there. That's the correct one. Yeah. So the entry level, you get 2 servers. Remember, there is no limit of website per server. So if you have a 64 gigabyte RAM with 8
You could host
CPU,
hundreds of sites.
you can put hundreds of sites inside.
Yeah.
So for budget, you have 7 servers and is 299. Growth is for 15 servers, 599. And for performance, up to 50 servers. And there is a special deal, if I'm not mistaken, which is this one. 250 servers, unlimited sites for the first 100 people only.
I think this number is not updated. So right now we have like less than 50 available. So we do not plan to sell this like too
me
much.
refresh it. Yeah. Maybe it didn't get updated. Yeah.
No, it doesn't get auto update, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
So
All
team
right.
will update
So
with time.
you guys know, can see the packages. So I think there's a last question. I'll pick TS Wong. He's kind of a neighbor. He's from Kuala Lumpur, also like Lioku, and he also works in this industry in a way. So my server often encounter server overload with xCloud in its solution to solve it.
We do not have the auto scaling, but that is something I want to work on. But what you could do right now, when you see the server is overloading and one particular website is getting more traffic, what you could do, click on the site and offload the database immediately to like Cloud SQL or like DigitalOcean database. So in that, so how it will help? It will actually minimize the like system resources and how much you are pushing, and you could always just click and move one particular site that's getting like too much traffic and spin up and put it in another server. So like that's, you do not have to actually literally go on and like do anything from the control panel. So that you could do.
Makes sense.
Yes, Leo, the split payment is coming tonight within next few hours to 12 hours. And Joel is particularly working on that, and we want to make it like as accessible as possible. I know a lot of agency users, they literally have limited budget, but they could really use these things for their future. So yes, we are bringing it. Thank you.
And I think B Kang, you asked the question. Sorry to miss your question. When and how you will announce the winners. So this is how we do it. So we go through each of our groups, then we look at the comments and capture them. In YouTube, we do the same. Then we put them in one single place, remove all duplicates, and do a final inspection or audit that who are the people who commented. So that is just spot checking. So after that, we will pick, we usually record the giveaway, however we want to do it. And then we will announce it in the groups underneath this video and also in a separate post. Together with that, I will also pin the comment in the YouTube video itself. So you can find it anywhere, quite literally. So don't worry about it. And we're going to announce this day after tomorrow. That's it. It's day after tomorrow. So good luck with that. And thank you, everyone. Really appreciate it, Mr. Asif, to give us the time. It's 1.5 hours. That's a lot of patience. And it's remarkable to look at how the progress is. Yeah, Manoj, there is a split payment coming in tonight or end of tonight, depending on the time zone. So
Yeah.
I would request you be a member of our channel so we can bring more valued show like this for you, because I just don't do the show for the sake of doing show. I'm a user first. So I will use it first, see how it works, and whether it is viable for your business or not. So that is where I get super excited. So this is why I want to be a differentiator factor rather than pushing sales. You will find every other person can push sales, but to bring in quality, to bring in authenticity, it's not easy. So to do that, I will need you guys' help. The help is very simple. You can like the video or subscribe to the channel. That's about it. I also want to thank the WP Developer team members who are in the comments and helping our viewers. Thank you so much. You guys are amazing. And with that, I want to finish the show. And of course, if we don't experiment, how are we different from animals, right? That's my line.
Right.
Yeah. So with that, I'm not sure, Alberto, how are you doing? Do you want to say something to the audience?
Hey guys, thank everyone for joining. Sorry, we had a power outage at work, and everybody's calling me with a bunch of issues. So I've been off and on trying to get some of the stuff back up while we're on this live. But thank you guys so much for joining, taking your time. Thank you, Asif. Thank you, Shahjahan Jewel, if you're online watching this as well. Thank you guys so much for letting us do this live. I'm excited to see where it goes, because I'm excited using your product.
Me and Alberto is specifically excited to use it.
Yes. Yeah, because we were using me and Rouhani have been using some other tools.
Yeah.
So and we've been getting frustrated with these other tools, and we got so excited when we saw your tool. I'm like, this might solve some of our frustration. So
And
thank
I
you.
would request Asif, Mr. Asif, to give a closing remark if you have any surprises for the audience, or give us a closing remark. That's it.
Like I literally did not expect that many people will actually join in such short notice, and you guys organized it so nicely. We are going through a lot of pressures since the launch. Most of the team members are working day and night. I'm also going through a lot of things, and I was not actually like sure that if I will find the time and do this thing properly. So thank you guys for actually reaching out. And my main core goal for xCloud is to actually build something that I could use personally myself for rest of my life, so I don't ever have to think about the WordPress hosting. And I want to give people the freedom so they could actually choose what they want and how they want to manage their site. And people who doesn't have technical capacity, they could still find a way to use it. And overall, this has been a great experience today with a lot of like thoughtful questions, and I hope like I was able to answer it. If not, feel free to ask the questions in any of the forums and groups. xCloud has this, or there are like separate community and forums as well. So thank you guys for taking the time and watching it, and wish us luck. And I think like we'll keep growing and let you help, and we'll help you to manage your website much easily. Thank you.
So I'm not sure how many of you actually know Shahjahan Jewel. He just did a live with me about the fluent booking. So he's amazing. He connected the dots. And thank you so much, Mr. Asif, for your time. Thank you, Alberto. And thank you, everyone who joined us. You guys has been amazing. And I am thrilled, like you guys are all. So that's it. See you in the next show, man.
Thank you.
Have a good night
Thank
there,
you.
Mr. Asif.
Thank you.